Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so no video today, it's all going to be audio. I'll put something on in the background, whatever, but the reason for that is just very, very simple. I was in bed, I was half asleep, with one eye open. I was watching the game. I'm usually asleep during these times. I usually sleep during the day and I'm awake during the night. Terrible sleeping schedule, but you know, I saw that game and I was like, damn, I need to talk about it. I want to talk about it. It's my desire to talk about it. So here we are. Let's talk about FC Kimmich doing what FC Kimmich always does. And I'm actually calling it FC Kimmich because honestly, 2-0 down at halftime, and the issue with that really wasn't so much that we conceded 2 goals. Yes, we've been conceding goals left, right and center for what feels like months now, which actually probably is months now. But my thing was this. It was very, very simple. My thing was this. We created the chances in the first half to have 1 or 2 goals. So we had the chances to, you know, be 2-2, to draw 2-2 during the first half, but we were just poor defensively. It's not offensively that I was like worried about. You know, we had the chances. Again, you know, you don't score every chance, but you just create more chances so that eventually, you know, you score. That's really how it works. But we just we were just bad defensively in the first half, and they fully deserved to lead 2-0. There is no way around it. You know, they had easy chances and they took them. They had plenty of other chances too. Honestly, if it wasn't for Neuer, we definitely would have lost this game. Even with us scoring 5 goals, we definitely would have lost this game if it wasn't for Neuer. That's how many chances, clear-cut chances they've had and saves that Neuer had to do. Now, my issue with this is, it's another game where we go behind. It's another game where we concede the first goal. In this case, we concede the first 2 goals, and then we have to come back from behind. And I'm going to say something controversial now. And I know people will dislike the video. I know people will jump to the comments, and I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely a-okay with that, but I'm still going to say it. So here it is. Here's the controversial thing. If it wasn't for Neuer, Lewandowski, and Kimmich, this season, so not last season, not 2019, 2020, but 20 to 2021. If it wasn't for Neuer, Lewandowski, or Kimmich, Hansi Flick's side, the current team, this year's team, would be significantly worse than Niko Kovac's side. Niko Kovac's side was better than this current side. If it wasn't for Neuer bailing us out left, right and center, Lewandowski bailing us out left, right and center, and Kimmich bailing us out left, right and center. If it wasn't for those 3 players, I think there would... Okay, I don't think there would be calls for Flick's head. I don't think anybody wants to Flick out. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Flick should leave. I'm definitely not saying that, because you know, once you win the Champions League, you've got some leeway. But I'm just saying from a performance standpoint, if you didn't win the Champions League last year, if you didn't win it last season, there would most certainly, you know, granted we won every single game besides one in 2020. I know what I'm saying, alright, but the point I'm trying to make here is this. Well, just from the performance standpoint, there would be a lot more question marks being raised. There would be a lot more questions being asked of Hansi Flick. But because you win the Champions League, hey, you know what? Yeah, you win the Champions League, you get a free year in my eyes. You get a free year. So this season, I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying what's on my mind. But ultimately, I don't want his head. I don't want him to be sacked. But if the team plays this way next season, ooh, you can bet I'm going to be one of the first people that are going to call for it. I said I don't have no loyalty to the manager, so I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that right now. But overall, very, very happy with how the game went. Second half, we stepped it up. And you know what? Credit has to go to Flick. I did not like how he started the game. I did not like the lineup, how he started the game. But once he did the relevant changes in the second half, you know what? We looked significantly better. We looked 10 times better. You know, that was a kind of Bayern where you could be like, okay, they're here to play. And I thought that in the first half, that like once we score 1 goal, we're gonna score 2, we're gonna score 3, we're gonna score 4. I just felt like we need to score 1 goal and then we'd let loose. Yeah, that's kind of the feeling that I got. Like we were just a little bit unlucky. Things weren't really going right, but like once we got that first goal and suddenly, you know, we were free. We had that freedom, that we had that goal, that insurance, that then we were gonna really push for it. And you know what? We kind of saw that in the second half. We scored 1 goal. Kimmich scored that goal. through the assist by Lewandowski. Then the second goal, Kimmich assists Sané. The third goal, who scored the third goal? Süle scored the third goal. Then the fourth goal, Lewandowski penalty. And then the fifth goal, Lewandowski's goal from Muller's cross. I actually thought Sané had a very good game. Okay, he had a good game. He missed a few very easy chances. But like even in the first half, I thought he was very engaged in the game. He was all over the place. Like he was actually like, you know, doing really well. Because the criticism for me with Sané has been that like his overall game contribution is very low, but he assists and he scores. Now granted, he also scored today, but I thought his game contribution itself was very, very strong too. So just from that perspective, I want to say that for me, Sané had a very, very strong game. The first goal we conceded was very, very poor. Boateng, very, very poor. I have to say, very, very poor. The second goal we conceded. Look, we concede poor goals. That's just the fact of life. We concede poor goals, and that hasn't changed. I thought with a little break that we'd be a lot more sharper, we'd be a lot more focused. I almost expected us not to concede a goal for once, you know, to keep a clean sheet for once. Yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. But it is what it is, you know. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's a win. It's 3 points, and ultimately it's 5 goals. It was an entertaining game. You all know that I much rather prefer us to take more control of the game, which I definitely thought we did in the second half. In this first half, it was absolutely poor. I'd much rather the game be boring, a boring 5-0 win, than a semi-entertaining 5-2 win. Because at the end of the day, what I want from the team the most is not the results, of course, are important, but for me, it's always the performance. Number one, it's always performance. Number two is always performance, and then number three, we're talking about the results. Because I've said this years ago, and I've said this 2 years ago, I said this 3 years ago, I said this 1 year ago, I said this 4 years ago. I'll say it this year too. I'll say it every single year. We're in 2021, and nothing has changed. My philosophy is very, very simple. If you play good football, you'll eventually win. You might not win always, but you'll eventually win, which is why my main focus has always been the football. Are we playing good football? Are we actually playing well? And if that's the case, okay. Are we winning? Okay. Expected. Are we losing? Okay. You know, was it a freak loss? Okay. Next game will be different. But like we had the second half performance, now we need to have a 90-minute performance. That's all. That's what I want next. That's what I want next. A 90-minute performance. Now, Gnabry, I don't know if he's injured or not. He went out, but I can't really say much on that because to me it looked more like a knock than an actual injury, like an impact knock. But again, I'm not the one doing scans on him. I'm not him. So I don't know if it's like an injury or if it's just a knock. So we'll find out by the time this video is probably up. We'll find out. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I will see all of you in the next one. Everyone, until then, have a nice day. Peace out, and as always, bye.